Right, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate this may not be the best quality video today because I'm on my own. It's really cold outside and I'm trying to sort of get this done as quickly as possible. And I'm already on take 2 thanks to the DHL man who came in and left his engine running whilst I was trying to film. So, today we need to replace the wheel bearing. It's a little bit tight and graunchy and it's making some rumbling sounds. Long story short, but you may have seen my community post. It's to do with warped brake disc because the quality of the Brembo discs I put on in June were utter rubbish. So I've stripped back the disc and I've taken the pads, they're hung up. I've left all the pads in. I've not disturbed any of the wiring other than disconnecting the brake wear sensor on this side from there. Everything else is undisturbed. The pins, everything are in there because I'm not replacing the discs. I've already done that. So we're stripped down here. So the first job you need to do is you need to make sure the car is jacked up in the middle somewhere so you can turn the wheels. You cannot get access, you can only get access to 3 of the 4 bolts here that hold the hub on from the other side when the wheel's straight. So you have to be able to turn it both directions to get in. So the first job to do is to remove the ABS sensor. Now this clips into here. Right, let me explain that. You've got this whole thing here is held in by this E10 bolt. So you undo that. That allows you, once you've taken this clip off, to remove this wiring harness. That gives you access around the back. You can just tuck that out of the way. And then you just need to prise out this sensor and pull it out. It can only go in one way. Once that's done, there are then 4 bolts behind here. It's quite tight, but what I'll do is when I've removed it, you'll see what I mean. There's 4 bolts here. There's 1 here, 1 at the top, and 2, wrong, those are the bottom ones, 2 at the top, hidden behind here in the hub. Okay, what those bolts look like, you see the new ones here. There are 2 shorter ones which sit at the top, 2 longer ones which sit at the bottom, and those are an E14 held in there. So I'm going to undo those, take the hub out, and then we'll see what we're left with. And it should become a bit clearer. So as you can see, I've now taken the old one out. There's quite a lot of surface rusting going on in there, which will need a good clean up. And you can see on here where it's starting to leak. So what I'm going to do now is get all this cleaned up, make it look like new, and then we can put the new one in. So I've got the old and the new ones here, and you can see at the bottom here this is starting to leak oil. I haven't got 3 hands unfortunately, but if I rotate it holding it, it's just starting to click. It's not as bad as the other side, but it's definitely rumbling. So this is the new one. You can see that it's 2 narrow holes at the top and 2 wider at the bottom, and when you look at this, there's the 2 narrow and the 2 wider, so it can only go in one way. I've cleaned up this. It is nice and smooth. It looks a bit discoloured, but there's nothing I can do about that at the moment, but it's all nice and clean, nice and smooth, and the new bearing just slips in and out. The old one I had to hammer out from behind, and then slowly, just with the chisel, the metal chisel, just start separating them all the way around till it fell out. The kit comes with new bolts. Obviously they're pre-done with Loctite. I'm not going to put any more on there. They need to be done up to 80 Newton meters and then 45 degrees. So I'm going to do that now, put the ABS sensor back in, and then we'll just see how that sounds when it spins. Well, there we are, everything buttoned up. Wheel goes round. There's a little bit of surface rust, it's just rubbing against on the brake disc there where it's been in the rain. All good, job done. Thanks very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.